All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1 from IRP. Austin Edwards and Ed Sr. have the front row. Brandon Murphy, Austin Ruskoff on the second row. Ryan McDaniel, Brian Hewitt on the third row. Zach Mead, Joe Lutz on the fourth. Mark Dantuma and Andrew Thornton round out the top 10. McRecken and Edmund Jones rounding out the field. We will have just one heat here tonight. Austin did take to the grid. I'm guessing he is going to drop to the tail. That'll put, it looks like, Brandon Murphy and Ed Sr. will have the front row. All right, they will go around IRP one more time. The pace car will drop in at turn 3. Down the back straightaway, pace car begins to head in. Pace car is in. Here they come. Through 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, and the green flag flies there, down and away. And IRP and Brandon Murphy clears into turn 1. Ryan McDaniel follows in through. Edmund Jones has a problem on the start. He is way behind. Oh, 3 wide out of 4. Ed's getting spicy. Ed Sr.'s in the wall. Mark Dantuma involved. Let's take a quick look at these early incidents. All right, watching what happened to Edmund Jones on the start. It looked like he got on the gas a little soon, checked up and got turned around. Then just a lap later, Mark Dantuma, Ed Sr. bounces off the wall, gets into Dantuma, and I believe McRecken went flying. Brandon Murphy still up front with 5 to go. Ryan McDaniel, Austin Ruskoff battle for second. Ryan gets loose, collects Austin. Austin into Andrew. Brandon Murphy has the lead, but now Brian Hewitt to second. Three laps to go, and it has been a wild start. Hey, good evening, MP. Only one heat tonight. It's been a wild one. 2 to go for Brandon Murphy, but Brian Hewitt is closing in. Andrew Thornton now on pit road with Ed Sr. and Dantuma. Austin Edwards and Ryan McDaniel both heavily damaged. Oh, Hewitt gets loose out of 4. White flag flies. One more time around. around for Brandon Murphy. And Brandon has a huge lead going off into turn 3. Lap traffic moves out of his way, and Brandon Murphy will win the heat at IRP. Boy, that was eventful. And what does that mean going into the feature? Remember, they do not have a fast repair tonight. All right, the driver's getting ready to roll out for warm-up. And as we have done all season long during warm-up, we are on our... Whoa! Apparently they're having some problems getting out for the 4-wide salute. Okay, now they're rolling. They got it figured out. And tonight, Austin, we are honoring Austin Edwards and Chris Johnson. Let's see if we can get a word with Austin. Hey, Austin, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
Hey, you've been here since the beginning. You built all the setups, and it has definitely been a wild ride, but we couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, you know, it's been fun, Doug. This league has got a great group of guys, and we can have heat races like we just had, tearing each other's tires off, wrecking each other under practice, and, you know, still have a good time, laugh about it. It's great. And now I got to run for my life because they're coming to get me. So, you know, it's always fun with these guys, but stuff like this is a little scary.
It does get a little bit scary, but you gotta admit, this has been a fun way to celebrate you and everybody else. I know Chris has been a huge part of all this with you, and it's just been great to have Austin or Edwards Setup Shops on board.
Yeah, you know, I could have done it without those guys, Chris, Kyle, Kendrick, Ed. I mean, a lot of these guys have made sporadic setups here and there, but, you know, it's a great group of guys, and looking forward to having some more fun for the last 5 races of the year if I can keep the tires on it.
Well, man, good luck. I think you're going to need it for the next 3 minutes, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you get launched over the fence.
Maybe. That used to happen when I was the cone car, so, you know, never put it past them.
Definitely wouldn't. Man, it's been great having you on board. Thanks for everything you do, and looking forward to the final races.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
Austin Edwards and his team have been a crucial part of this, but now Austin has to run for his life. Oh, and he's right behind McRecken. Wow, he avoided McRecken. It's not something we say very often. Now they got him on pit road, but since the 3-wide salute ended, nobody has got him. This could be the first time. Oh no, he gets Hewitt. And there comes Edmund. You gotta wonder how much longer Austin Edwards can keep it up. The only person that's hit him, he hit Hewitt, Edmund hit him. Aiming for Zach Mead now. Yeah, he's going to put Zach into the wall. Now, the guys have had a lot of fun doing this little celebration every week for all the different people who have made this league what it is over the last 4 years. You got to hand it to these guys and to Edmund and everybody involved. Not an easy thing to keep a league running this long. These guys, though, they have got it done. And nobody has really hit Austin yet. They've got less than 30 seconds to get it done. Come on, guys. Coordinate, work together. Send Austin over the fence. It may be too late for him to get her done. Warm up and celebrations are over. It's time for the drivers to get serious. We're going racing. The feature about to pop off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from IRP. Kendrick Cryer and David Lux have the front row. Brandon Murphy and Joe Lux on the second row. Brian Hewitt, Austin Ruskoff on the third row. Edmund Jones, Zach Mead on the fourth. Ryan McDaniel and Kyle McRecken Martin rounding out the top 10. Austin Edwards starts in 11th next to Andrew Thornton. Ed Sr. and Mark Dantuma round out the field. Smaller field than we have seen this season. I guess some of the drivers just scared tonight. David Lux, this is his best qualifying effort this season, but he is dropping to the tail. Waiting for things to shake it out. It looks like Brandon Murphy and Joe Lux will have the front row. Ryan McDaniel is not taking the grid. Hopefully he's not having more technical difficulties with his VR headset. He had it working for about the last week or so. Hopefully he'll get out on track here in a moment. All right, here we go. Pace car about to dive to pit road. Pace car is in. Brandon Murphy, Joe Lux have the front row. 100 laps, no fast repair. And here we go, out of turn 4, the green flag flies at IRP. Brandon Murphy clears into turn 1. The battle is on behind. Joe Lux, Zach Mead battle for second down the backstretch. Brian Hewitt right behind. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Edmund Jones, Kendrick Cryer. We've got a couple of cars dropping. Kendrick Cryer now up into 4th and marching. Edmund Jones also on the attack. Brandon Murphy trying to get a gap here in the early going. Joe Lux still holding on to second. Kendrick set the fastest lap so far. Austin Edwards dropped to the back in the early going. He is up to 9th. David Lux is now up into 7th on the move. But Mark Dantuma, the biggest mover so far. Joe Lux in the wall through 1 and 2. Mark Dantuma already up 9 spots into 5th. Brian Hewitt gave the wall a big kiss. Now Mark Dantuma has his hands full. Here comes David Lux. And Kendrick Cryer is taking the lead. Edmund Jones, Brandon Murphy battle for second. Here comes Hewitt. Murphy in the wall. Remember, this is a highline dominant track, but you get up there too high, that wall will reach out and grab you. Edmund Jones trying to move low, get a run on Kendrick here. Brian Hewitt still within striking distance. David Lux now up to 4th with Austin Edwards on his bumper. Surprisingly, McRecken is way behind. He has slipped back to 13th, as about 2 seconds behind Ed Sr. David Lux set the fastest lap so far last time by as he tries to reel in the top 3. As Edmund Jones is starting to look under Kendrick again. Well, it is a packed house tonight, but nobody is sitting down. Brian Hewitt right there in 3rd, just waiting for these two to battle it out. Meanwhile, Austin Edwards, David Lux, and Andrew Thornton battling right behind. If they open that gap up too much, Thornton will shoot it up the middle. Remember, they've got 100 laps. They're going to have to make these tires last. If they don't get a caution, likely going to see them run green to checkers. Unlikely to see anybody come in under the green flag. Kendrick Cryer, Edmund Jones still nose to tail. Brian Hewitt still holds 3rd, but Austin is closing in. And he's bringing David Lux and Andrew Thornton with him. Mark Dantuma slipped back into 7th. Zach Mead currently in 8th. Joe Lux, we saw him get caught in the turn 1 wall earlier. He has slipped back to 9th. And Brandon Murphy, who led the first few laps, is now back in 10th. The field's starting to spread out and settle in. We may not see a caution tonight. Ryan McDaniel did get out on track several laps down, and the leaders are closing in. Austin Edwards has caught Brian Hewitt. David Lux still right on his bumper. Andrew Thornton lurking, not far behind. These are not the easiest cars to drive. We'll show you why. Riding along with Andrew Thornton. Wow, sparks off Lux. And you see that big air filter right there in the, whoa, hold on to her, Andrew. Out of turn 2 on the power. These cars do get squirrely. Back on the power as they come out of turn 4, back down the front stretch. That big air filter gets in the way if you're side by side and make the view a bit tricky. Austin Edwards now in third, Lux in fourth, Hewitt back to fifth. Kendrick Cryer, Edmund Jones, less than a second ahead of Austin and Lux. And man, we've talked about it throughout the season. David Lux has done a complete 180. He has been fast all season. Every track, both cars, he has been tough to beat. And they have said if he beats Austin Edwards, they will change his nickname. Edmund looks under Kendrick but gets loose. Couldn't get it done that time. Kendrick Cryer and Edmund Jones continue to be out front. Austin Edwards, David Lux getting closer. Andrew Thornton now to the back bumper of Brian Hewitt. Mark D'Antuma now having to battle with Joe Lux. Joe, after losing all that ground in the early going, starting to move forward again. Brandon Murphy back in 10th, is closing in on the cars ahead. After losing all that ground in the early going, he still has a lot of speed and may not be out of this fight. Oh, Kendrick Cryer's in the wall. He is losing ground. Edmund Jones has taken the lead. Let's see if we can see what happened and how the lead changed. Kendrick has gone to pit road. He has significant damage. His race may be over. And they were in some heavy lap traffic. There's Kendrick on the bottom, Edmund up top. A little bit of a bump coming out of turn 2. Brian Hewitt briefly going to the lead here. Kendrick powers back by. Joe Lux up in the wall. Didn't see the moment that Kendrick wrecked. Give us a moment. Let's try this one again. All right, here was that battle for the lead. Oh! Looked like Edmund got a little bit loose. Watch this. Edmund gets a little loose, as does Kendrick. They get together. Kendrick has one heck of a hard hit. Austin Edwards has the lead. Edmund Jones now in second. And Kyle McRecken Martin had an incident a few laps ago. There's McRecken on the inside. He tries to shoot to the bottom under Thornton, gets way loose. And he lost a lot of ground. Austin Edwards is out front now as a 1 second lead as there's a battle on for second, and it's David Lux that takes it. Edmund Jones right there with him. Brian Hewitt, Andrew Thornton battle back behind for fourth. Hey, welcome back, Jericho. How was your workout? Kyle Martin, after that early setback, is now back up into sixth and marching his way forward. Ed Sr. has had a problem. He has taken it to pit road. Looked like Ed may have had a little bit of a problem earlier on. He tried to get it to pit road, just couldn't make it. Oh, we've got one around. It's the leader, Austin Edwards. The caution is out for the first time tonight. And right before the halfway point, will we see tire changes? There's Austin coming through 1 and 2, a little bit loose. Just loses the back end. Wow, close call for Edmund Jones. He does get it recovered. But man, he dropped back quite a bit. David Lux stayed out. Edmund Jones, Brian Hewitt, Kyle Martin, Austin Edwards, Martin, pretty much everybody else is on pit road. Andrew Thornton and Joe Lux both also stay out. And it looks like Lux is going to go ahead and bring it in. Man, that is going to be another big setback. He's already come from the back once tonight. Can he do it again? Edmund Jones will assume the lead. Brian Hewitt in second. Mark Dantuma now up 11 spots into third. Austin Edwards manages to come out in fourth. Austin Ruskoff in fifth. David Lux is coming out in sixth. McRecken will be in seventh. Mark Dantuma is coming back in. This will definitely help some of the drivers. And if you guys hadn't noticed, these cars do sound quite good. They got a nice little rumble to the engine. If you hadn't noticed before, you're going to notice it here in a moment. Because, folks, we're going to crank it up. So when the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank up the volume and listen to all this horsepower. Pace car dives in. And here they come. Out of turn 4, the green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. Well, we'll try that again here in a moment. The caution is back out. And it looks like Andrew Thornton involved this time. Well, let's see what happened to Thornton in the 31 on the restart. Oh, Hewitt gets loose. Collects Thornton, but keep an eye on the 99 of Kyle McRecken Martin. He's right behind this. No, that was David Lux that caught some air. Ryan McDaniel now in 10th, Brandon Murphy in 11th, and Zach Mead in 12th. Zach is out of the race. But those three drivers not on the lead lap, leaving 9 cars on the lead lap after the chaos the last few laps. Edmund Jones still has the lead. Austin Ruskoff now in second. Kyle Martin in third. David Lux in fourth. Joe Lux in fifth. And that Lux family is on a bit of a tear here tonight. Folks, don't forget, Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern, C12 Motorsports is back on track. The Gen 4 series continues. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where you can see a bunch of our Crank It Up videos. Like you're about to get to experience here in just a moment. We will try this once again as the pace car drops in. Here they come through 3 and 4. And the green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. Beautiful sound. Hey, good evening, Jason. How are you, buddy? Edmund Jones still has the lead. McGregor in second. David Lux in third. Brian Hewitt still holding on to fourth. Austin Ruskoff in fifth. Austin Edwards had to restart. Back in ninth. Is up to seventh on the move. There is not going to be much left of that turn 4 wall after tonight. McGregor just set the fastest lap of the night. Austin Edwards continuing his march to the front, just moved into fourth, but he is about 1.9 seconds back. Brandon Murphy has come to pit road. Edmund Jones continues to lead over McRacken. David Lux currently in third. Austin Edwards 1.8 seconds back in fourth. Andrew Thornton in fifth. Brian Hewitt in sixth. Joe Lux in seventh. Austin Ruskoff in eighth. Mark Dantuma back in ninth after that weird second pit stop. Coming into tonight, Austin Ruskoff is leading the points, but just 7 points over McRacken. McRacken, though, has 2 wins on the season. Mark Dantuma comes in tonight third in points. Austin Edwards, surprisingly, 3 wins this season, back in 14th, just due to the fact he hasn't made it to all the races. Jason, you're going to have to narrow down which Austin. There's Edwards and Ruskoff. Edmund Jones gets a tap from McRacken. Lux can't avoid it. The caution is out. And how much damage did that top 3 take? It looked like Lux may have gotten the worst of it. It looks like the car is okay. Let's take another look at that incident. gets a little tap from McRacken, and Lux had nowhere to go. Taking a look down from the chopper. Yeah, and Kyle just drove it, got a better drive off the middle of the turn, and Edmund went for a spin. And the running order gets shaken up again. McRacken has to drop to the tail. Folks, don't forget, after the race, go check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and especially YouTube. We've got several new YouTube things going on, like the race videos in 4K and the Crank It Up playlist. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night around 7 Eastern. Sounds like me and the boys will be doing some Battlefield 6 together again. Come have a laugh at my expense. Hey, good evening, Thanos. Something is going on with Austin Edwards. I'm not sure if he is just goofing off or what. But the lights are back out. David Lux, Andrew Thornton have the front row. Lux choosing the outside line. As we mentioned, it is a highline dominant track. Can Lux get it done here tonight? He's got help right behind. Joe Lux is there as well as the green flag flies, and David Lux is off like a rocket. Man, he timed that restart perfectly. Andrew Thornton now in second. Brian Hewitt having another amazing run tonight. Currently in third with Joe Lux in fourth. But here comes Mark D'Antuma and McRacken. And a lot of the drivers said during practice passing on the bottom would be difficult, if not impossible. McRacken hears the impossible and then goes and does it. McRacken now back up into fifth. Austin Edwards trying to march back to the front as well. Austin currently in seventh. Points leader Austin Ruskoff back in ninth at the moment. David Lux trying to put some space between himself and the cars behind. Andrew Thornton trying to stay with him. Brian Hewitt has lost a little bit of ground in third. But he is keeping a little gap back. Ooh! He is keeping a bit of a gap back to McRacken. Both drivers kissing the wall out of turn four. As we mentioned, that turn four wall likely not surviving tonight. Joe Lux was right on David's bumper on the restart and with him for a couple laps, but he has drifted back to seventh. David Lux has no help up front. Austin Edwards has made his way back to fifth as McRecken and Hewitt battle for third. McRecken peeking underneath as they go off into three. He sends it deep, but wow, just barely clears in time to drift it up. David Lux's lead at about a half second over Thornton. McRecken now in third, about 1.1 seconds back. Remember, Lux was fastest in practice and qualified in second. I believe Lux also put in the most practice laps. The caution is back out. Joe Lux, Edmund Jones, Austin Edwards, all caught up. Hewitt as well. Hewitt and Joe Lux's nights may be over. And let's see if we can see what brought this out. Joe Lux there in the red car. Coming out of turn two. Oh, somebody, Hewitt smacked the wall. Turn two, he came up into Austin, and wow, Edmund caught flight. One more look as Edmund Jones just had nowhere to go. Wow. And some of the top competitors caught up in that. Edmund Jones, Austin Edwards still on track. Did they take any damage to the undersides of their car? Will they have an impact on their handling? David Lux definitely did not want to see this caution. The buffer back to McRecken is gone. Andrew Thornton will also be right there with him. Joe Lux officially out of the race. Brian Hewitt is on pit road trying to get repairs. Remember, Hewitt came in tonight 5th in points. Lights go out on the pace car. Less than 20 to go when the green flag drops. It's going to be a dogfight to the end. They stack back up. David Lux chooses the outside again. And here they come out of turn 4. The green flag flies. Lux is away. 16 laps to go at IRP. Andrew Thornton back to second. McRecken in third. Austin Ruskoff, the points leader, in fourth, but here comes Austin Edwards. McRecken has a run up top on Thornton. McCracken now to second place. Does Lux have enough to hold him off? Austin Edwards closing in, could be David Lux's best friend if he starts battling with McCracken for second place. McCracken just set the fastest lap of the night. A wreck out of turn 2. The caution is out. Wow. I believe Andrew Thornton was caught up in this. Let's see what happened. All right, there's Andrew Thornton in the 31, battling with Austin Edwards. Oh, he gets big loose out of turn 2. Wow, somehow everybody avoided that. Let's take a look from the chomper and see just how close that one got. There you see when he starts to get loose, Dan Tuma goes up. Wow. Very close call for Austin Ruskoff. David Lux is definitely going to have to shake up his restart timing on this one. He'll have McCracken alongside. However, restarting on the outside gives Lux a little bit of an advantage. It's harder for the inside driver to see when he fires. Oh no, David Lux has started to blink. Pace car is in. Come on, Lux. There he is. And out of turn 4, they will fire again. And the green flag flies. Looked like McCracken may have had a problem, but it didn't faze him. They're side by side for the lead. With just 10 laps to go, McCracken sends it too deep. Lux gets underneath. 9 to go. Austin Edwards is there. Lux almost cleared it. In the middle, McCracken's in the wall. Here comes Austin Edwards. Austin got too deep, had to back out. 8 laps to go for David Lux. He has got his hands full. 2 of the best on his bumper. McCracken sends it deep through 3 and 4, back to second. I doubt Austin Edwards is going to let that stand for long. David Lux continues to lead with 6 laps to go. Austin Ruskoff, the points leader, now into 4th. Mark Dantuma in 5th. Edmund Jones, Andrew Thornton, the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Ryan McDaniel has stayed in the fight and moved up to 8th. Single file, Thornton's around. No caution. laps to go. David Lux has about a car length as McRecken looks low. And here they go, 3 laps to go. All 3 of them still nose to tail. Austin Ruskoff almost a full second back. It's a 3-car battle for the win. And here we go, 2 laps to go. Does David Lux have enough to hold them off? Or will McRecken live up to his name? McRecken dives into 3. Uh-oh! They are bumping! The white flag flies! One more time around! McRecken keeps pushing up. Lux not giving an inch. They send it deep into 3. Oh, they're on 3 in the wall! Lux has recovered! He's in the inside wall! Austin Edwards wins! Austin Ruskoff came through the chaos to come home in 2nd. Mark Dantuma comes home in 3rd. Let's take another look at the final lap. All right, looking down from the chopper at this one. Coming out of 3 and 4, they were banging tires across the start-finish line, down into 1 and 2. Kyle sends it deep. Austin gets the better run back behind. They go off into 3 and 4 the final time. When McRecken drifts up, Austin tried to take advantage. And Austin just barely pulls off the win. What a finish! Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Mark Dantuma. Mark, a wild final couple of laps put you on the podium, and you had some speed tonight, but wow, what a finish.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore, obviously, so that was kind of crazy coming off of 4.
It definitely was, and I don't know how you guys managed to come through. I mean, Lux bouncing down to the bottom, McRecken everywhere it seemed like, and Austin up top. I don't know how you guys got through all that.
I just closed my eyes and screamed like a little girl and somehow made it through.
That usually works for me, too. It's a great strategy.
Yeah, this Navy Joe coffee car was hauling, but just kept screwing up and cycled to the back and finally got some track position there at the end and walked out.
Well, man, a great job and a great finish. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug.
Austin Ruskoff comes home in 2nd. Austin, I don't know if you've looked at it yet, but do you have any idea how close you were to winning that one?
I haven't watched the replay yet, but I'm pretty sure that was close.
It don't get much closer. I was trying to look at our scoring. It's showing 3/100ths of a second. I think had Austin Edwards, I don't know, given it just a hair less gas, you'd have won this thing.
Man, I was trying. I seen them all wrecking into turn 3 and 4, and I was like, this is my chance, but just a little short. It's okay, though.
Well, man, that second place finish helps you maintain the points lead here tonight, especially with McRecken having problems. You're off to a great start to this season.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been lucky, like especially tonight, been lucky, but just trying to be consistent, just trying to survive these races. That's all I'm just trying to do. I'm struggling in these cars.
Well, it doesn't look like it, man. A great job tonight.
Thank you, Doug.
And finally, our winner, the other Austin, Austin Edwards. Austin, you have had one heck of a night.
That's a very nice way to put it, yes.
I have to say, that last lap, it got a little bit wild. McRecken opened the door on the bottom. You sent it in there, but a hair too deep, and yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really an open door there. I knew the car was going to block the bottom. I was hoping that maybe he wouldn't, racing with David up there, but I kind of had to open the door for myself, and felt like I didn't open it enough, so I went a little further, and that was very much so too much with a bent-up car in the end of the race. So, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, channel your inner Ross Chastain, and it kind of is what it is.
Well, man, it was still one heck of a crazy finish, but back in victory lane. And since you haven't been consistently here this season, you dropped to 14th in points, but I think you're about to bump way back up.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. The modifieds are kind of a lost cause because of a couple of missed races. So we're still focusing on the legends when it comes to that stuff there. Nights like tonight when the guys are messing with me and giving me all the penalties, even though it was or wasn't my fault, which is, I don't know, happened maybe 4 or 5 times. Going to the back to the front at a track like this is very difficult, and the guys tested me, so, when I went into turn 3 after all that, I did not hesitate.
Obviously not, and it paid off, man. Great win tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug.
Austin Edwards back in victory lane. Man, that's a finish we'll be watching for a while. We will try and have that short on YouTube tomorrow, but you will be able to see the race again tonight in 4K on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow night. Sounds like me, Ryan, Brian, and a few others are going to be playing some Battlefield 6. Come join the fun or come laugh at me. Either way, hope everybody has a great night. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one, y'all.